coming out to the Boulder Comedy Festival. Yeah, that's awesome, awesome. Thank you guys so much for coming out, supporting this amazing show. We've got a great show for you tonight. First of all, let's give it up for the Dairy for hosting this show. Yeah. Yeah, it's so awesome. And I also want to give a huge shout out to our organizer for this 6th annual Boulder Comedy Festival, Zoe Rogers. Yeah. All right. A little bit about me. My name's Andrea Marie. I'm a mom. Any parents out there? Yeah. Let's give it up for the dads. Father's Day tomorrow. All right. I think that was mostly dads cheering. No, the moms were like, yeah. No, it's so hard. Parenting is so hard. No one warns you how hard parenting is, right? Or how long it is. Yeah. I'm like, what? I have to worry about them forever? How are they going to find happiness when they can't find the butter? Oh my God. I've got 2 boys, ages 20 and 23. They're both still in college. One is on the 6-year program. And I've got a handy tip for you if you've got college-age kids. I'm bringing back Lamaze breathing. I'm like, oh, you don't have a summer job and it's June? Oh, you're graduating in May and you don't know where the career center is? I'm giving birth to adults. And they are breech. Parenting is so different nowadays. Like, it's just so different. You have to feed kids right. You know, when I was a kid, lunch was a slice of bologna with a side of Cheetos, followed by a ding-dong. In Boulder County, that lunch will get you arrested. You have to know where your kids are all the time. My mom never knew where we were. No. One time when my sister was 3, she rode her tricycle 10 blocks away, crossing busy roads, and a family friend called my mom up and was like, hey, did you know Julie's down here? My mom's like, she'll find her way home. And I recently overheard a woman say to her kids, remember kids, if mommy can't see you, you're not safe. What kind of anxiety is that going to produce during hide and go seek? A little bit more about me. I'm 56. Woo! Yeah, midlife, optimistically speaking. Carry the one. It's a math joke. But yeah, it is hard. Everything starts sagging in your midlife. The boobs and the bingo wings. And I was realizing that I wish I had been sluttier in my 20s. There are some former sluts right here. I knew what was up. No, it's so hard. I got divorced 5 years ago, and I was like, oh yeah, now's my time. I'm gonna do it. And I'm like, but I can't do it. I'm Lutheran. I just end up baking for them. I'm a bad slut. I even had a New Year's resolution to be sluttier. It's not going well, guys. I just banana bread my way into a relationship. No, I got divorced in 2020. I had a Zoom divorce, you guys. Zoom divorce. I know, it was actually surprisingly pleasant. I recorded it. Play it side by side by my wedding video. Oh man, but dating is weird now in your 50s. I think it's because we know too much. Because back in my 20s, I was just looking for things we had in common. I was like, oh my God, we both like cheese. Soulmates. Now I'm looking for a Libra, INFJ, Enneagram 5 with a 6 wing going into a personal year 3. Oh my God, you live in Longmont? But dating is weird. I was on a date not long ago, and a guy offered me a gummy, and it turns out I was like, well, no, it's just not my thing. It turns out it was a melatonin gummy. I'm like, is that where we're at right now? Like, oh baby, let's get some of that REM sleep. Like, what's next? Metamucil happy hours? I did recently date the hottest guy I've ever dated in my life, you guys. In my life. Thank you. He was 8 years, I don't have a point to that, actually, I don't. It happened. But he was 8 years younger, and he used to refer to things in my era. I'm like, oh, let me just bring the carriage round, shan't I? Oh my goodness. But yeah, like I said, dating is, it's hard dating because it's hard now being a moderately presentable woman these days, There's so many appointments, like, doctors, dentists, mammograms, OBs, nails, hair. I just want a one-stop shop. Yeah, they just jack you up on a hydraulic lift and are like, spread them, like, get her done. I don't know what they'd call it, Jiffy Lube. I don't know, maybe Grease Monkey, I don't know, that's worse, I guess, so. Yeah, I also have discovered at this age in my life, I hate the beauty industry, right? It's just designed to make us feel bad about our faces. And there's no beauty industry for men, sir. Oh, no. What if I want my man's face to look dewy? And I saw a commercial for a cream that would make my neck look younger. I almost bought it, but then I just got mad that they were making me feel bad about my neck. Literally the only body part I wasn't worried about. Now I'm just oiling my neck up all the time. I'm like, oh, I'm having a good neck day, you guys. Having a good neck day. And, guys don't worry about their turkey neck. They just grow a beard. Which is what I'm trying to do. Oh man, I used to take selfies. I used to just take a selfie when I was younger. I was like, oh yeah, let's just take a selfie. Now I'm like, okay, shoulders back, tits out, chin out. I'm like, Baka! Baka! Do I look good? Just throwing my back out for a selfie. I am, like I mentioned, I am divorced. I just don't know why we have to get married for life anyway. I think it should be a lease-to-own program. Relationships are tough, and I know that I have got my issues. I mean, I don't know what they are, but sometimes in the morning, my husband would make just his half of the bed. It used to irritate me a little bit. But rather than say anything, I preferred to take the passive-aggressive approach, and I made my half of the dinner. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. I just had my half of the sex. I was fantastic. All right, Boulder, you guys are so fun. Are you? Woo-woo! All right, you guys, are you ready for your next comedian? Your next comedian is amazing. He's coming in all the way from Reno, Nevada. Please give it up for Aaron Foster.
Hey, thank you so much. Yeah, my name is Aaron Foster. I am from Reno, Nevada. Also 53 years old and single. Yeah, that's the correct response to that. You guys nailed it. Good work. My buddy, his wife wanted to fix me up with her best friend, and then she got a little hesitant. She's like, I don't know, Aaron. I don't want my friend to get hurt. Are you good at relationships? So it's like, am I good at relationships? I'm 53 years old, I'm single, and I've never been married. Are you good at math? I don't know, I haven't given up hope. I just don't really understand how it works anymore, you know? And I don't even mean dating. I mean, I don't understand how breaking up works. Like, you break up with someone in your 20s, you remember that? Your friends, very supportive, very encouraging. Hey man, hang in there, don't worry about it. Plenty of fish in the sea. You break up with someone in your 50s, it's more like, dude, are you sure that's a good idea? Like, I'm only asking because I read an article, and it said that there are no more fish in the sea. I can't even imagine dating from like the other side, from like a straight woman's perspective, because I see these guys online, these like alpha, douche, bro, masculine, manosphere, influencer dudes. You know, these are the guys that think as long as they sit in freezing cold water for 3 minutes every morning, they never have to go to therapy, right? Yeah, I passed 4 of those places on the way here. I feel like it's kind of a thing in Boulder. Holy shit. And no judgment, like I tried it for a while, okay? But then I read another article. It said it gives you a dopamine high that's equal to cocaine. And I thought, that's fantastic. I'm just gonna do cocaine. So much better. These guys, these alpha dudes, they ruined my algorithm. About a year ago, I kept hearing, seeing all these clips, headlines, the new masculinity, the manosphere. I'm like, what is that? I watched 2 videos, Jordan Peterson, Andrew Tate. Yeah, I'm like, this is clearly not for me, but ever since then, my entire social media feed is nothing but ads for testosterone replacement therapy and domestic abuse attorneys. The younger version is the guys, they're very obsessed with like a woman's body count. They say they would only ever consider marrying a virgin, which I think is insane. Why would you seek out the least experienced person possible to do a very important project with? That does not make any sense to me. Like, I don't know a lot, okay? But I do know that when I was a shy 19-year-old virgin, there was a slightly older, slightly more experienced woman who was kind enough to sleep with me. The only thing I know for sure that happened that night is that she did not have a good time. I mean, I don't want to go into detail, but just to say, not exactly my finest 1/14th of an hour. There's no other place in your life. If you got on an airplane and the pilot came on the intercom, ladies and gentlemen, it's your captain speaking. Just in case you're worried I'd ever been inside another aircraft before. Don't give it a second thought, it's my first day on the job. You'd probably not want to fly on that airplane, right? Ladies and gentlemen, it's your captain again. Does anybody on board know how to find that little pink starter button I've heard so much about? Never mind, probably not that important. Just sit back, relax, and ooh, we landed. At least I did. Thanks for flying Virgin Airlines. Thank you. Dating in my 30s was very interesting. I lived in Los Angeles, and everybody that I knew seemed to either, they would ask me or even just assume that I was a gay man, which did not bother me at all. I have no problem with that. And I understand why they thought that, right? At the time, I was hosting an interior design show for HGTV. I was also really into baking cookies and doing poppers. So some of you can Google poppers on the way home. You'll get a little extra laugh, or not, I don't know. No, it didn't bother me. The only time it bothered me was when the person asking was a woman that I had been dating for 2 months. Like, that bruised the ego a little bit, you know? And again, I don't mind talking about it. I'm perfectly comfortable in my masculinity, but she'd always ask me at the weirdest times, just like, Aaron, come on, are you sure you're not gay? I'm like, oh my God, can we please talk about this after you finish pegging me? Full disclosure, though, I actually have had 2 sexual experiences with men in my life. They're both a long time ago. It's not really for me. But the first time I was 18, second time I was 36. It does make me feel like 54 might be a pretty interesting year for me. That's a joke for people who are good at math. So yeah, I'm a comedian. I'm also an actor, and you move to LA, chase that dream. You make friends in acting class, make friends in auditions. But those friendships get put to the test very quickly because some people start to book work and some people do not, and it's very hard not to be jealous. And I was guilty of that, when I was younger. I could admit it now. But I realized it's an impossible career. I don't get jealous. I root for everybody now. Well, I root for everybody except the people that go out for the parts that I think I should play. Like, those people I don't really care for, For instance, Paul Rudd. Fuck that guy! I know, everybody loves Paul Rudd. I'm well aware, okay? What does everybody say about Paul Rudd? He never ages. Yes, he does. He ages exactly like a 55-year-old guy who's been rich for 30 years. And look, I don't want to stand up here and sound like a bitter, jealous, failed actor. I know that's very unattractive. I'm just saying there was a little while there that I was really hoping he was going to get caught up in that whole Me Too thing. But I can't catch a break. There you go, glimpse into the mind of a 50-something-year-old actor did not quite have the career he was hoping for. I did the same thing with Jeremy Renner. You guys know Jeremy Renner? Yeah, he's a bow and arrow guy in all the Marvel movies, among many other things. That's what he's probably the most famous for. As a man of a similar age and height to Jeremy Renner, the very first thing I did when I heard that he got run over by a snowplow was sign up for archery lessons. Just saying, for a little while, it looked like maybe they were going to need a guy, I do not like telling people I'm an actor out in the world because you always get the same question. It's such a cliche. Have I seen you in anything? Have you seen me in anything? Well, if you have to ask, don't you kind of have your answer? Have you seen me in anything? I don't know. Do you have really shitty taste in TV and movies? Because if so, yeah, you might have seen me in a couple things. That is my time, you guys. Thanks so much for coming out. Enjoy the show.
Aaron Foster. All right. Your next comedian is coming all the way from Dallas. Please put your hands together for Ruth Banks.
Oh, thank you for having me, Boulder. I am from Dallas. First thing I did when I got here was go buy a joint so strong they legally had to give me a pamphlet with it. In Dallas, the only pamphlets you get with joints are the phone book when you're making your one call from jail. That's kind of our situation out there. I've got a lot of hair. It's very red. In the right light, I kind of look like the Little Mermaid. Like if instead of giving up her voice, if she had to give up her metabolism. Like, out of the sea, I want to be at the buffet. What I'm saying is this is all water weight. No, I want to level with you guys. I had a hard time in high school, if I'm being honest. And I know you're looking up at me in the 3XL tie-dye t-shirt, and you're like, you really? But it's true. It's true. I had such a hard time in high school. I was so unpopular in high school that I was unpopular within the theater department. Do you know how bad it has to be for you to be unpopular within the theater department? And I have proof of this because my sophomore year, I was cast in a musical in the role Heartbroken Loser number 7. And I had 2 roles that year. I was Heartbroken Loser number 7 and Sideburns Lady. Now, not to brag, but I don't have naturally occurring sideburns, which means for my high school production of The Wedding Singer, I had to glue sideburns to my face every night, only to rip them off in a quick change to transform into the crucial role of Heartbroken Loser number 7. Basically, in high school, I was that kid cruising around on Heelys, pumping Phantom of the Opera into my noise-canceling headphones, like, autism? Never heard of it. Whee! That was kind of my vibe. I am autistic. I was officially diagnosed as an adult, but there were times in my childhood I feel like they could have caught it. I'll give you an example. I went on an exchange trip to Sweden when I was 12. And when I came back through customs, all the other little American children were declaring, like, I've got a postcard for my mom and a chocolate bar for my dad. Meanwhile, I was like, I got a kilo of cheese and a petrified moose poop necklace. Let me back in the country, please. So that was kind of my vibe. And I am fully aware that sometimes when I get on stage, I don't look like somebody that people expect to be autistic, unless you look at what I'm wearing or observe me for more than 10 minutes. But sometimes when I get on stage and say it too early, the vibe in the room kind of becomes like, prove it. So I do want to address that, and here's my proof. I have absolute freak-out breakdowns over the toe seams in my socks. I cannot navigate interpersonal relationships, and I cosplay the titular character of the melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. And the fact that none of y'all know what that means you cannot doubt my diagnosis. We just passed Autism Awareness Month. It was in April. I think it's kind of messed up that we start out Autism Awareness Month with April Fool's Day. It's just like, hey, happy Autism Awareness Month. To celebrate, we've written gullible on the ceiling, you know? It's just nice to be included. There are some things you run into, like dating with autism specifically. Like, I remember one time a guy gifted me a book on philosophy. And on the inside cover of this book, handwritten in pen, it said, "This is a test." And I studied for that test. I read that book 7 times. Didn't find out if I passed until years later when he and I reconnected. And I was like, dude, you gotta tell me what the test was. He looked at me so confused for all of 20 seconds before going, oh, Ruth, I was testing my pen. Years of therapy. The copays this man owes me. Other things I've run into. I remember the first time a guy asked me back to his dorm to Netflix and chill. I was like, yeah, I love Battlestar Galactica, let's go. Guys, Battlestar Galactica is not on Netflix. And neither were we. And the tension was growing all night because he was getting more and more frustrated I wasn't picking up on his signals. And I was getting more and more frustrated that he wasn't putting on Battlestar Galactica. And everything really came to a head at one point when he just laid on top of me. And I don't mean in a sexy way. Like, the dude planked. And I spent the night, because where was I gonna go, you know? He was on top of me. And I had bright purple hair at this time. So I left a bright purple hair dye stain on his sheets and mattress. So the next day he texted me to ask how to get the hair dye stain out, because men can't use Google, I guess. But at the end of his text, he says, by the way, I'm not mad about the hair dye. I know that's just what happens when you fall for a manic pixie dream girl. I never dyed my hair purple again. My mom told me it was just a phase. Turns out it was, you know? Because you catch more flies with honey, but you catch more English majors with purple hair dye. And that's significantly worse. I would rather have the flies. Oh my goodness. I smoke a lot of weed, maybe too much. The other day I took a hit, exhaled, saw the smoke, and panicked. I was like, stop, drop, and roll, man. There's a fire. I don't know where all this smoke is coming from. It's crazy. But whenever I'm traveling somewhere where weed isn't legal, I'm always on the lookout for anybody who looks or smells like they might have weed. And the other day I hit the jackpot in Austin because this 80-year-old man walked in after my set reeking of marijuana. So I walked up to him like, sir, you smell good. And he knew exactly what I meant. We went out to his car. It was easy breezy, beautiful cover girl. What I didn't realize is the comics I was there with did not smell the weed. So they watched me saunter up to a senior citizen, compliment his scent, and then leave with him. Which is tighter game than I've ever intentionally spat, you know? And it just reminds me, they always warn you about old men in vans with candy. And it's still old men, but they got weed in Cadillacs now. It's a better exchange rate. Guys, I'm Ruth Banks. Thank you so much.
Ruth Banks! All right, you guys, our next comedian's coming to us from New York. Please give it up for Jonathan Huynh!
All right, Boulder, how are we doing? Yes, it is good to be here. I've been having a pretty weird week. I was helping my dad use his laptop the other day, and I saw in his search history, he looked up Asian porn, no Filipinos. I don't know what to do with that. Are there any Filipinos in the crowd tonight? Perfect. That's his favorite amount of Filipinos, actually. My ethnicity is Chinese Cambodian. That's what I am. Chinese Cambodian. Except for during COVID when I was only Cambodian, you know? Yeah. That's what you gotta do. I don't like how in America it's always about race, though. You know, I used to date a white girl, and when I told my parents, they were really upset about it. To be honest, my mom was really upset about it, and my dad was like, nice. As long as she's not Filipino, was what he said. And she was cool. She's extremely white. Like, anytime we had any type of Asian food, she'd be like, hey, I have to say, thank you so much for sharing part of your culture with me. And I had to be like, these are instant noodles. You gotta relax, Denise, all right? Also, we got these from Trader Joe's, so actually thank you for sharing your culture with me. It was beautiful. All right, I was wondering if you guys can help me with something. Would you guys be mad if you found out your significant other had a threesome with two guys? Because my girlfriend is really upset with me right now. She is pissed. There will be no follow-up questions. But yes, I have a girlfriend, and she's real. Our sex life is like having some hiccups lately because recently she's been bringing a vibrator into the bedroom, and I don't like it at all. I'm not a fan. I feel very obsolete with it there, with me too, you know? It kind of feels like if you're like playing pickup basketball with your friends, and then one of them is like, is it cool if my friend LeBron joins us? That's not okay. I don't like that. And she's always like, Jonathan, you got to think of yourselves as a duo, okay? You and the vibrator are a team. No. Oh, you're not going to like the rest of this. That's crazy. But yeah, she's always like, you guys are a duo. The issue with that, if we're a duo, the vibrator is definitely Batman, right? And I'm not even Robin. I'm Alfred the Butler, you see? Because I'm on the side watching Batman get the job done. And then I clean up after him. And that's it. It's not good. But yeah, me and her, we have a lot of differences. You know, she's very religious. She's very Christian, and I'm not. And I don't know, Christianity kind of just like boggles my mind. It's crazy to me that even to this day, there's this constant debate over the ethnicity of Jesus. You guys heard this? Right? Like some people think he was dark-skinned because he was born in the Middle East, and other people think he was light-skinned because they just wish he was, you know? That's pretty much it. Right. My favorite, there's some Asian churches out there that they just depict Jesus as an Asian dude. Hell yeah, that's awesome. I love that. There's something about him I just like, you know? That's my favorite because there's a 0% chance Jesus was Asian. But they were just like, it'd be so cool if he was, though. So they made Asian Jesus. Good old AJ. That's my guy. I love him. Asian Jesus turns water into soju. Asian Jesus, he can walk on water, but he has to take his shoes off first, of course. There's gonna be somebody driving their car, like about to get in a car crash. So they throw up their hands. They're like, Jesus, take the wheel. And then they see Asian Jesus, and they're like, no, never mind. I should be fine. It should be good. Should be all right. All right, some of you guys laughed a little too hard at that one. That was a test, and you failed, so it's fucked up. One time I told that joke in Nebraska, and that was the first standing ovation I ever got. At first I was like, this is amazing, this is awesome. And after 5 seconds, I was like, I think this is a hate crime. That's too much. That's not okay. My girlfriend, she likes to tell me these fun facts all the time. And one time she told me the penis and the clit come from the same part of the body early in human development. You guys heard this? Right. I will say, if that is true, then that is incredible news for guys. Because that means, guys, it's all about perspective, you know? Flip it. You don't have a small penis. You have a giant clit. Hell yeah. That's amazing news. This is what men need to hear nowadays, you guys. I hope every guy in here understands just how fucking massive your clits are. Yes. This is how men support men in 2026. Nice clits, you guys. Really good. Honestly, women out here with their tiny clits, that's embarrassing. That is... Get that shit out of here, you know? Leave that at home. That's crazy. My clit is way bigger than my girlfriend's. It's not even close. She wishes, you know? Dude, my girlfriend's clit is so small. Her clit is so small, I can't even find it. And I try really hard, so. All right, you guys have been awesome. My name is Jonathan. Thank you.
Jonathan Nguyen! Oh, man. Woo, that's a new perspective. All right, you guys, Are you ready for your next comedian? Your next comedian's coming all the way from LA. Please make it loud for Anastasia Nadarinsky.
Hi, everyone. Oh, wow. So my full name is Anastasia Andreevna Narinskaya. Thank you, that's my set. No, I think we can all tell that I'm from Ohio, that's right. Cleveland, Ohio. Yeah, I was born in Russia though, but I grew up in Cleveland. My parents, on the other hand, they grew up in the Soviet Union. Yeah, which was really tough for me because I can't ever complain to them about anything. I live in LA and I'll call my mom and just be like, "Ugh, it's so smoggy here. I think I'm coming down with a little bit of a throat tickle." When Chernobyl happened, we had to evacuate your family. The government told us to burn their clothes and shave their heads. Oh my God. I'm so sorry about Chernobyl. So I know that grandparents aren't supposed to have favorites, but I'd love to poll you all while I have you here. Recently, my grandma gave us some gifts, and she gave my brother these old Matryoshka dolls that she's had since she was a little girl, and the knife that my grandfather used to defend the family farm from the Nazis. And what did she give me? An old wooden Vietnamese man statue that she got at a garage sale in Decatur, Illinois, and a crucifix. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned this, but we're Jewish. And I don't think I need to mention this, but we're also not Vietnamese. So, who knows who the favorite is? I just went on a girls' trip a couple days ago to wine country. To me, nothing says girls' trip like being with your 4 closest friends in the beautiful countryside and being the most blacked out you've ever been in your life. You have this perception of what a trip to wine country is gonna be like, you know, because everyone's wearing these beautiful, flowy, matching sets and big hats, and everyone's talking about tannins. And then you get there and you don't get regular drunk, you get wine drunk. And wine drunk is not the classy drunk that you all think that it is. I have never, ever passed out on the floor after eating prosciutto while drinking Four Loko, so. When I am wine drunk, I am loud. My teeth are purple. I'm trying to kiss everybody. Before I went on the trip, my husband was like, "Are you gonna have so much fun? Are you guys gonna do a little wine tasting?" I was like, "Are you out of your mind? I don't know what's gonna happen this weekend. I might fuck someone." I didn't. I was way too drunk. So it's fine. My husband is so sweet. He's so sweet. He's actually so nice that it's a little bit of a problem for me, because it really makes me look like such a cunt. Like, you know, when you come home and all you want to do is talk shit about every single person you've ever met in your entire life? Normal. And then he likes to give me things from their perspective. And I'm like, "Don't you dare empathy-splain things to me." Yeah, he's really nice, but he does have his demons, he does. And I know that because he has night terrors. That's right, my adult husband has night terrors. And yeah, they're horrifying. And yeah, they're hilarious. See, what happens is in the middle of the night when I am in full REM, he jumps out of bed, and with red eyes that are dead inside, he looks through me and goes, "What the fuck?" And then he peacefully goes back to sleep. Yeah. Meanwhile, I have fallen out of bed. I'm in full fight or flight, and I'm just left wondering, do I stop sleeping in this Ronald Reagan mask? I know. I won't. I won't do it. If you're wondering how I landed such a kind and haunted man, it's because I have a really great rack. I have had big boobs for forever, which in high school got me laid. And as a 37-year-old mother of two, I now look like, you know in horror movies how there's this sweet little old lady neighbor who lives next door? And at some point in the climax of the movie, the room is really dark and the camera pans and she's just for some reason possessed and naked and standing in the corner. And her boobs are doing this. That's what I look like now, naked. Which actually, now that I say it out loud, explains the night terrors. So maybe I shouldn't do that anymore. No, I've had big boobs forever. I've always had people being like, ugh, I wish I had that problem. Give me some of those. No. You don't want this. I see you shaking your head. You don't want this, okay? Do you know what girls with huge boobs can't do? We can't buy hot girl workout sets. You know those girls that are going to Pilates in their cute little pants and their matching bralettes that can just barely hold a whisper? Yeah, these can't do Pilates. I have to go to log throwing class. In a sports bra that's been engineered by orcs in the depths of Mordor. And it is not cute, but it is efficient. And once I get through all the horse buckles and the military grade zippers that you need to close this thing up, my boobs are so smashed together that I have created one giant boob to rule them all. Scary stuff, I know. I have to do that every time I want to go on a warm-up jog just so that my boobs don't bounce and give me a black eye. It's exhausting. I'm also a mom, and they don't tell you this, but it's expensive to have kids. Did you know that statistically speaking, toddlers eat $700 worth of fruit a week? Yeah, I'm thinking about side banging a berry farmer just to keep my family afloat. I couldn't find one in wine country though, so that's a problem. But they say that parenting, it gets harder, but it also gets easier, which is so true. You know, like my 5-year-old, he's so sweet. He loves to read. He sleeps really well. He's so kind. But also the other day, he asked Nana when she was gonna die. And my poor mother-in-law, she's so kind. She's like, oh, don't worry, honey, not for another 25 years at least. And he's like, and then we get your house, right? I finally step in. I was like, hey, buddy, come here. God, what did she say? Yeah, I love my kids. My body changed so much when I was pregnant, which obviously I was expecting, you know. What I wasn't expecting about pregnancy was how hard shaving would be. Let me explain. So, if you don't know this, when you're having your baby, your snackle box is on full display for a room full of people. And so obviously, I wanted my little clam bake to look her absolute best when she's just making all those new friends. The problem is that you're so big, you can't see anything, and you have to shave your little sneak-a-choo by feel alone. The last time that I tried shaving when I was pregnant, I was like, I nailed this, until I look in the mirror. And what do I see? Bangs. Bangs. I missed a spot, and I accidentally gave her bangs. My pussy looked like Amelie. Bonjour. Thank you guys so much. My name is Anastasia.
Anastasia Norinsky. All right, you guys, I'm so excited about our next comedian. Make it loud for Carlos Kareem Wyndham from Portland.
That is not the right side to come from. I'm too high for this. Smoke strains with which you're familiar. I didn't, and I smoked with Chip outside where it's perfectly legal because Boulder, and I think I smoked. It was called Biden. Come on, Jack. No idea what the fuck I'm doing. Democrats hate that joke, and I don't care. Do better. You should have had another one elected by now. There you go. No clapter back there. That was over here. Stop it. That's false flagging. So I am aware of all of this. I get it. So to that end, I will say, what you may find ironic is I hate seeing rainbows on clothing. It's hideous. I don't know who decided that was going to be the move. I'm going to be very clear. Rainbows did not bring us pride. That's not how that worked. I can't walk into a place with like a water bottle like, spritz, spritz, bitch, look, rainbow, freedom. That's not it. It was fought for and won with bricks and fire by trans women. So that's how I get down. To that end, I will also say this. Happy Juneteenth to those whose it's not their fault. To the people who get to. I see you, even in this room. We see each other. It's a fun game. I grew up in Boulder, which is one of the things about coming here from Portland. And there's a game that we often play, which is 9. I can tell how many of us are in a room at any given time. It's just a thing that happens in Boulder. I will, to that end, be selling bricks with flames on them in the lobby. Please buy some and don't make me carry them away from here. They're so heavy. They are so heavy. I have so many of them. Seriously, buy them. It's your ticket to heaven. And some of you look like you're going soon. So let's get on it. Meet me in the lobby. Then by myself, with no provocation, I decided that I was going to go ahead and smoke what I brought with me, which, damn it, I shouldn't have done. That's part of why I got lost, and it's that Trump. I don't know if you've smoked it. It's not good. It smells very bad. And it does impact one's voice on occasion as well. It's very upsetting. Has anybody found that your phone has turned into your enemy? Like, there's just no good news to be found in that no matter what the fuck is going on. I have started using mine a different way, and I suggest some of you try this. I use it now to look up shit to make myself feel better about the state of the world. And my phone is starting to tell me things I really don't want to know at all. Even worse. Did you know that in England, before it was taken over by... Okay, hold on, wait. Before I say this, I want to be clear. I'm here to make friends. Are in here with us, are there any... have you seen any... Are there any white people in here? Okay, I can't tell because I went to public school and we don't see race there. The thing about it is, I am well aware that before Europe was taken over by white people, do you know who ran it? Scorpions. The size of dogs. What the fuck? I went to school for a number of years. I never heard that there was a whole continent filled with scorpions the size of fucking dogs. My phone is not helping. Did you know that behind the moon, the very one in the sky, by the way, also, let's be clear, I love a good conspiracy theory. They're fun sometimes, but the moon is in the sky, and the Earth is round. I've flown around it. I've flown around it a couple of times. That's not a great conspiracy theory because if somebody pops off about how flat the Earth is, I know like 6 other things they believe. Nobody's dragging people from the middle of the Earth, just to be clear. The thing about the Earth, though, what is in the middle of the Earth, and it's very upsetting, which is round, and covered in mostly water, is that they found, because they wanted to do some investigation with an X-ray, they found that the Earth has in the middle of it another ocean. What? And it's made of what? Hard water. I thought I understood what hard water was. I thought that was ice. Apparently, no. This is a different kind of hard water. What the fuck is happening? Why won't my phone tell me anything good? Did you know that birds, they when they're flying, if they start going super fast, you like white people let their dogs hang their heads out the door, and they're and a bird, right? Birds, they can't breathe when that's happening. They can't exhale. They take the air into their bodies and they fart it out of their cloaca. Which means that we're all walking in a cloud of bird fart all the time. Fuck! I can't. Why? How does that make birds can't breathe? Are we what? In China, you know what they found in China? They found the bones of a fucking dragon. Really? You knew? I had no idea. There's a dragon in China, and they said it's a water dragon, which, excuse the fuck out of me, what? Dragons go in the sky, and they have fire. I watch Tits and Incest too. I know the rules. They go in the sky, they breathe the fire. God damn it. So my theory is that perhaps the dragons, which flew on this round Earth, it's a round Earth, they, when couldn't breathe good, right? And they couldn't, and so they in this fire, and then the dinosaurs, which P.S. had feathers. Fuck you, Spielberg. That is not what you taught me. Burned up the dinosaurs, and that's what made them go extinct. Why is Ashton Kutcher?
Carlos Kareem Wyndham. All right, you guys, your next comedian's coming to us from Brooklyn. Give it up for Evie Demi.
What's going on, guys? Not much. Cool. Me either. Awesome. Happy to be here. My name is Evie Demi. I have 20/20 vision. These glasses are fake. You guys should know that. It's a piece of plastic I put on every morning for your protection. I learned a while ago if I wander this earth without my glasses, people are like, well, this guy definitely stormed the Capitol, which is big. It's a drastic difference. But this guy maybe stormed a Trader Joe's. You know what I mean? Like the worst thing this guy has stormed is like a microbrewery. And we would have gotten away with it too if Mike Pence wasn't a coward. We would have done it. We would have had it. I don't know. I think it's just cool to have an accessory that changes who I voted for. It's fun. Getting ready in the morning, looking at myself in the mirror and realizing that this man will stand for the national anthem and this man will sit when he pees. You know what I mean? It's like this guy voted for Trump, but this guy voted for Kelly Clarkson on the American Idol. That's where he stands politically. I started comedy in Washington, D.C. I moved up to New York City a couple years ago to keep pursuing that dream. I think you can tell how it's going because I'm not there right now. Flew a little too close to the sun. I picked a great time to leave D.C. too. Not just politically, but personally. I'm in my early 30s and still single and dating, which is stupid. I should retire. But I'm in that phase where like all of my best friends in DC were, you know, getting married, having kids, being indicted. You know what I mean? They don't have a lot of time to hang out. They're very busy. But I'm like, I don't know if anyone is this person in their friend group, but I'm like the one fun unmarried guy, which is a burden because every time we catch up, I just want to chill, and they want to do the most extreme activities to escape the boring lives they've created for themselves. This is the same conversation I have every time I go home. I'm like, hey guys, let's get some weed and kill a six-pack. And they're like, no, let's get some ketamine and kill a congressional intern. My wife's been a real bitch. I got to vent. I'm like, let's calm down, Senator, please. Start with the beer, see where the night goes, all right? Lindsey Graham, all right? Let's take I won't rule anything out, but we'll just see how it goes. I think the thing that I hate the most is they use my appearance in town as an excuse to hit up strip clubs. And they tell their wives it's my idea, which is annoying. They're like, we're going for Evie, he's single, he's wild, we want to support his lifestyle. It's never been my suggestion. It's never been my suggestion to go to a strip club, because I've never been in a situation where I was feeling sexually aroused and thought, man, I wish all my friends were here. I don't know what that's about. This erection is great, but I wish Steve was here getting hard too. In this cramped VIP room with this scared Filipino woman. Wouldn't it be fun if our whole fantasy football league was here synchronizing their climaxes? That'd be awesome. I'm a normal man. I can only enjoy a lap dance unless I'm making direct eye contact with a lifelong friend. You know what I mean? And then we take a very quiet cab ride home. That's all it is. Oh, it's crazy. I'm originally from Eastern Europe. I feel like I didn't have to tell you guys that. I'm not going to stand here and defend this tracksuit jacket. I came out here wearing the native clothing of my people. And apparently my people look like disgraced gymnastics coaches. That's what everybody in Eastern Europe, man, woman, child, we all look like we smack 8-year-olds for not sticking their landing. That's what we do. Specifically, I'm from a place called Albania. There's no reason you guys should know what that is, and as Americans, I'm confident you don't. It's fine. It's okay. It's when I mention it, most people here in the States say they heard about my people from Liam Neeson's movie Taken. You guys seen that? You know what I'm talking about? His daughter is kidnapped by an international crime syndicate. In that movie, my people are doing the taking. That's our bad. That's our bad, I guess. I don't know. In our defense, that man spends 2 hours killing off a third of my people to save one human being. I'm like, who are the victims in this film? I can't tell. I have no idea. They made 2 sequels and a TV show. We're talking about a genocide. You know what I mean? My people keep dying because Liam Neeson can't hold on to his daughter. That's not fair. That's not fair at all. And I'll just say, Taken 1, I got empathy for the man, absolutely. Taken 3, I think you're just a bad father. You know what I mean? I think you're 3 times, you're going to lose her? Let me sell your daughter to sex slavery 1 time, shame on me. 3 times, you got to change the way you're parenting. You know what I mean? I don't think Liam Neeson's heard about Apple AirTags. They work. They really work. They work a lot. It's good. I think my favorite part of that film is you find out his daughter is flying to Paris with her best friend. But what Liam doesn't know is that once they get there, they plan to follow the band U2 in concert across different cities of Europe. And it's at that point in the theater we all have the same thought, right? This girl deserves everything that's coming. I've never so quickly identified the villain in a movie. I'm like, yeah, she loves U2, sell her. I don't care. It's a terrible human being. I don't know. I am trying to get out there and date more because I hate myself, and I'd love to share that with someone. It's a lot better in a couple, right? I know it's my fault. I realized recently I was gauging my dating history, and I realized the last 5 women I've dated have all dumped me, which is a troubling trend, but on the plus side, I'm one away from a free frozen yogurt, which is cool. It's nice to know the next time I hear the words, "It's not you, it's me," it's going to come with chips and a drink. That's good, right? I don't know. I realize it's my fault. I have a hard time in relationships. I have a hard time interpreting women's needs. I was on a date with a woman recently. It was going well, and at a certain point, she pulled out her phone and started showing me photos of her dog. And then she said if any man wanted to be with her long term, they needed to understand that she is a package deal with that dog, which is unfortunate because at that point, I also got to figure out how to gaslight that dog. You know what I mean? It's pretty easy to convince a woman she's going insane. I don't know how to do that to a Labradoodle. I have no idea. What do I say to that beautiful creature? The ball's not behind my back. I already threw it. Your friends are lying to you. I filled your bowl this morning. I promise. You're going crazy. That's a wild thing. I live in a very hip part of Brooklyn, in New York City. When I was starting to date people there, my friend said, you got to get on the Field app. Do you guys use that here? Field, anybody familiar? Few gross people in the room. That's good. It's a kink-positive, progressive community where people are just very upfront about their kinks and their sexual desires and their identities and things like that, which is fine. Like, I'm all for people being their honest and true selves, but I never thought that it would make sense to have a platform with kinks and progressive values together, because those things don't mesh well, you know? Like, every bio I've ever read on Field is the exact same bio. It's just women saying, I want you to hit me. I want you to spit in my mouth. I want you to pour hot wax all over my body. I want you to free Palestine. Like, hey, man, can we not talk about those things together? Is that all right? It's not... Like, I'm on board, but can those be 2 separate conversations? I don't know. Can't think about the plight of the Palestinians while I'm hard. No, thank you. Don't want to do that again. Absolutely not. Can't do that twice. No, sorry. Oh, man. I did work for the U.S. Treasury for a long time. It's a fun place. I got to see where our money is spent. We spend money on dumb things in this country. I don't know if you guys realize that. We spend close to $30 million annually on preservation efforts for the koala, which is a trash animal. It's not an animal we should be concerned about in any capacity, by the way. That's not. I don't know if you guys know what a koala does. It spends 22 hours a day sleeping. It gets high every single day on eucalyptus. And 95% of them have chlamydia, which is true facts, by the way. Have we ever thought about a koala's day? They get up, they get high, they give another koala chlamydia, and they go back to bed. That's a full day for the koala. It's the whole day. And I'm not here to judge any creature on God's earth, but it's not an endangered species. You know what I mean? That's a brother of Delta Chi. You know what I mean? We've all went to college with koalas, like a lot of them. Some of us pledged. I'm just saying, if that's the basis for being on the endangered species list, by all means, put my name on the list. You know what I mean? Where's my money? I gotta go chain smoke. You guys have been wonderful. Thank you so much.
Evie Demi! All right, you guys, we're gonna keep this show rolling. Our next comedian's coming to us from Bloomington, Indiana. Please give it up for Sohail Ali.
Boulder, how we doing? Keep it going for your host, Andrew, everybody. Keep it going for her, nice and loud. How we feeling? We feeling good? All right, like Andrea said, my name is Sohail Ali, or as the TSA refers to me, step over to the right for a minute, sir, because yeah, they don't like me there. They don't. Yeah, I'm not rocking a turban. I'm rocking too many vowels for them. This is true. The first time I was stopped by the TSA, I was 8 years old. Yeah, it was the first time they checked for explosives in a Lightning McQueen backpack. And trust me, that's the last place anyone wants to hear ka-chow. So that was how I got banned for life. That's right, my name is Sohail, or as everyone responds when I introduce myself, what? Takes a few times, you know? It's a pretty simple name when you break it down. It's so as in solar, and Heil as in, well, you know what it's in. But if that helps you at all. Sohail is an Arabic name. I'm named after the second brightest star in the sky. Yeah, even before I was born, my parents were like, this ain't no first place kid. Feels more like a runner-up baby. This one, let's keep him humble from the jump. So a little bit about me. My parents are from Afghanistan. Yeah, that's usually the reaction that gets right there. It's never anything fun. Afghanistan, you know, people are never like, oh, interesting or exotic. They're like, holy shit, honey, get your purse. Let's get out of here. Where's the exit there? But no, I appreciate it. My parents from Afghanistan. I was born and raised in Indiana. Yeah, my parents said they came to the U.S. in search of the American dream. But they didn't search very long. They settled on Indiana. Yeah, they saw cornfields and meth and said, we made it. America. You know you're from a rough country when Indiana looks like paradise, you guys. They were like, no Taliban here, pull over. KKK, same thing, we can handle it. Oh, they're in sheets? So are we. Big deal. People often ask me what it was like being an Afghan kid growing up in Indiana. And I tell them I have no idea. I told people I was Greek. Just seemed like the safer option. Just throwing down baklava and tzatziki all day. Just breaking plates randomly. Allahu Opa, you know what I mean? Like just, no one suspected a thing. People do ask me when they find out, they're like, oh, your parents are from Afghanistan, huh? Have you ever been? Yeah, I'm just like, it's never really been a good time. Let's just say you can't exactly study abroad there. In fact, the broads can't study there. So there's really... Okay, 5 people get the news. They got a few problems, you know, don't take a vacation yet. But yeah, it's not always easy being an Afghan guy living in Indiana. Like just last week, someone said I look like Aladdin if he got no wishes, and that was... Screw you guys, man. Obviously, some of you agree. Thanks a lot, Boulder. I told him, I was like, first of all, Dad, that's not very nice of you to say. It's a whole new world of insults, Pop. I'll tell you, didn't appreciate that. A lot of my friends will ask me, like, what's going on in the Middle East? Because as an Afghan guy living in Indiana, I am the expert. But a buddy of mine recently asked me if I knew what was going on in Pakistan. Yeah, I was like, I think that's the guy who wrote the Goosebumps books. I think he's doing just fine. We bankrolled his life, every book fair. He better be doing fine. Free R.L. Stein. All right. Joe Biden is often criticized for the bad job he did pulling out of Afghanistan. Yeah, which I can relate to because a bad Afghan pullout is how I was born. So that's... My dad and Biden, weak pullout game, very weak. Trying to work on myself. I started going to therapy recently. Make some noise if you're in therapy. Anyone here in therapy? Make some noise. All right, yeah. Fucking pussies. No, talking to someone about your problems. Grow up. No, I'm in it bad. Before I started going to therapy, I was talking to my parents about it, and my dad straight up goes, "Why would you pay for a therapist when I would talk to you for free?" Yeah, I was like, "Thanks, Dad, but talking to you is why I need the therapy." That'd be insane. That'd be like if you got stung by a bee and then the bee was like, "You want to talk about it? You want to? I'll tell you my side of the story." Trying to work on myself, I got really into Stoicism recently. Yeah, it was either that or radical Islam. So I flipped a coin, and I've been trying to be more grateful for life, be more aware of my mortality, So for a while, I changed my iPhone wallpaper to just say, "You're gonna die." Yeah, and I don't know how much it was helping me, but it was definitely scaring the passengers in the back of my Uber. A lot of 5 stars before we arrived, Just made a couple New Year's resolutions this year. One of my resolutions was to save money, so I moved back in with my parents. Yeah, which broke my other resolution, improving my mental health. So I save on rent, but spend it on therapy. It's pretty hard to grow as a man when you sleep in the same bed you used to pee in. Okay, fine, sometimes still pee in, but old habits. My dad's been leaving clues around the house that he wants me to move out. Like the other day, I came downstairs, he had left his laptop open to apartments near us. So next time he came downstairs, I had left it open to nursing homes near us. Because I'm playing the long game, you know what I mean? You can kick me out of your house, but I'm putting you in a home. Bitch. I don't know why. Don't tell him I said that. But I don't smoke weed. Yeah, I'm more of a meth guy. But it's Indiana. I got to fit in, The first time I smoked weed was a disaster. I was 14 years old. My older cousin handed me a bowl and said, "Suck on this until you feel something in your throat." Yeah, I was like, dude, I'm not falling for that again. You know what I mean? That's... Fool me once, you know what I'm saying? Boulder, you guys been amazing, man. I've been so high, Ali. Keep it going for your host, Andrew, everybody. Thank you.
So Ali! Oh my gosh. This is what I get when Zoe sources all these amazing, diverse comedians. I have to learn all this pronunciation. So Heil, awesome. Keep it going. Are you guys having a good time? Yes. All right, our next comedian's coming to you from New York. Please give it up for Jonah Nye.
What's going on, Boulder? How are you? I'm Jonah. I'm so excited to be here. This is my second time performing at the Boulder Comedy Festival. I love it. I love performing in Boulder, or what I call White Wakanda. God, it's blinding in here. God, I need sunglasses. Actually, I see some melanin in the crowd tonight. Yes, where have you been the last 4 days? Jesus Christ, it's been like deliverance for me. Some of you look confused. You are not seeing double. I am a gay version of that other Asian comedian. That was Jonathan. I'm Jonah. We come in pairs, hairy and hairless. Happy Pride Month, folks. Anyone here from the LGBTQ community? All right, great. Anyone here from the AARP community? I said AARP community. I just want to include everybody. Oh my goodness. Sorry, this cord's very long. I feel like I'm doing my Pete Hegseth. It's funny in comedy, they teach us to be relatable. They're like, be relatable, and people will like your material better, right? But I'm a 46-year-old adopted gay Asian Jew from New York City. Relatability, not my strong suit, right? I'm not Asian enough for the Asian shows, I'm not Jewish enough for the Jewish shows, I'm not gay enough for the gay. Actually, the gay ones I do fine, I take that back. I do very, very well at the gay shows. Speaking of gay, oh my God, I have to tell you this. I'm performing on my first gay cruise this summer, very excited. It is during the solar eclipse, and when the eclipse happens, Bonnie Tyler's coming out to sing Total Eclipse of the Heart. Did I mention it's a gay cruise? Yes. Yeah, the itinerary is Spain, Portugal, and Morocco. I'm calling it the Gay of Hormuz tour. Yes. Unlike the Strait of Hormuz, this canal is going to be wide open. Oh, bring your own oil, boys. That's a whole joke. I love performing on the road, Joe. It's really good for me to get out of my New York City comedy bubble. You know, in New York City, they're like, oh, an adopted gay Asian Jewish comedian, another one, bring a book. You know, but on the road, it's really funny to see how I'm going to be perceived. I was recently in a small Christian Midwestern town, and I was doing a show for veterans. All right, you know, I can tell when a crowd's like not really with me, right? They were about as happy to see me as J.K. Rowling is to see a trans person in the bathroom. That means to say not happy. Yeah, I didn't get a lot of laughters. I did get a middle finger from a Korean war vet. Someone should thank me for my service. My husband and I are going to celebrate our 11th anniversary next month. Yeah. Yeah, we met the old-fashioned way. We met in a bar. First thing I said to him was, you look like you want to buy me a drink. First thing he said was, you look like Harold from Harold and Kumar. Kind of racist, right? Turns out to be kind of my type. No, it's funny. Pride Month reminds us, you know, gay people, we can accomplish anything straight people can accomplish. And by that I mean living off your rich white husband. And oh, I got a good one. I got a doctor, a real doctor, not like a doctor of gender studies. No offense to any gender studies scholars in the crowd. No, it's really funny. Like, I get good customer service when I go shopping. I get great customer service when I go shopping with my white husband. Oh, salespeople love us. I can see what they're thinking. Dual income, no kids, sugar daddy, sugar baby. It's great. But when it's time to talk about money, they only talk to my husband, and that's very annoying. We were looking at an apartment together. We found one that we thought was very nice to move in. And the landlord looks to my husband and goes, we want you to move in. You guys seem great. And then he whispers, and Orientals pay their rent on time. Okay, a couple things. First of all, we don't say that anymore. Secondly, I guess, thank you? Is that a backhanded compliment? Or as he would say, a blackhanded compliment? Also, we don't pay on time, we pay early. Early is on time is late. I learned about credit ratings and Kumon. I've been out of the dating scene for so long, I never actually even used a dating app. I used one of the first gay dating sites. It was called manhunt.com. Isn't that horrible? Manhunt.com. It sounds like something made by Jeffrey Dahmer. I was very concerned about what screen name I should use. Like, I wanted to get it right. I was 27, so I didn't want to use the word boy. You know, that would be kind of silly, although I met some boys pushing 50. I didn't want to attract anyone with an Asian fetish, so I didn't use any cutesy words like panda or rice or engineering. I wanted to pick something that would signal my interests, and I was a professional opera singer for 9 years, just to be relatable. So the name I came up with for my screen name on manhunt.com was Mozart Man. Doesn't Mozart Man sound hot? Doesn't Mozart Man sound like a guy who likes to fuck? Like I said, I've had a bunch of weird jobs. I was an opera singer for 9 years. I was a bartender at an Irish pub in Boston. I was the only bartender not from Ireland. So I got a lot of weird questions like, what part of Ireland are you from? I was like, East. Or what island are you from? It's like, Ellis. The worst job I had was McDonald's at 15. It was in small town Minnesota where I grew up. And they put me in drive-thru, and people would compliment me on my English all the time. And so to get back at them, I would guilt trip white people into taking sweet and sour sauce if they didn't need it. And the way I did this was I used my Asian voice. Do you want to hear my Asian voice? Okay, lower your expectation. I didn't know any Asians. My only point of reference was Mr. Miyagi from The Karate Kid. So this is the Asian voice I used at age 15 in small town Minnesota and drive-through McDonald's. Oh. That's it. That's the whole impression. A geriatric 15-year-old slinging out. I think what's great about being married this long is we've accepted each other for the horrible people we really are. We're not pretending to be good or nice people. That was what dating was for. We play this really mean game with each other. It's called Crystal Ball. You can try it with your spouse. What you do is, when you're out in public, look for a bad older version of what the other person will look like in the future. So for my husband, he's Irish, so pale, male, stale. Just like I like him. Looking at you, Boulder. For my husband, I'll look for some bald, heavyset white dude passed out in his vomit on St. Patrick's Day and be like, there's your crystal ball. For me, he'll look for an old Chinese woman with one tooth and 2 strands of hair. You know the kind I'm talking about? Standing in Chinatown handing out Shen Yun posters. Yeah, Shen Yun, the show we all know but no one has seen. Recognize me from the poster? Long sleeves, skinny waist, skinnier in person. There was this article in the New York Times about interracial couples and which combination of races earned the most money. So the conclusion was Asian plus white equals economic success. And in my case, I married a white doctor. Oi, Jewish mother, rejoiced, He went to school to study medicine, I went to school to study music, and yet we share the same bank account. Now it's our money. So Boulder, who's on top and who's on bottom now? I hate AI. Anyone else? Yeah. I think it's making us lazier than Kash Patel's left eye. Or his right eye, who can tell, right? No, it's not just ruining our environment, it's ruining our kids' toys. I don't know if you heard about Kuma, this AI-powered teddy bear. They had to take it from the shelves because parents found out it was role-playing sex scenes with their kids. Yeah, I grew up with the Berenstain Bears. These kids are growing up with the Epstein Bears. Like, what's gonna happen to Tickle Me Elmo? It's gonna be Finger Me Elmo. Thank you, folks, you've been great.
Jonah Nye! All right, you guys, it is my absolute pleasure to introduce the next comedian who is the founder, the creator, the mastermind of the Boulder Comedy Festival. You guys, it is so hard to run these shows. Like, there is just so much that goes into it. Like getting the venues, organizing the comedians from all over the country, wrangling those comedians, and also selling out the shows. So I want you guys to get absolutely loud for Zoe Rogers! Let's go!
Hey Boulder, how are we doing? I'm psyched to be here, not only because we're at the dairy, give it up for the dairy for having us, but I'm also happy to be here because I have 3 kids. So I am just happy to be out of my house. Yeah, a little quick procreational math for you guys. 3 is way more than 1. Like a lot. Like the parents of more than 1 kid, we tend to view the parents of only children the way the Navy SEALs look at the reserves. We appreciate what it is you do. That's cute. But we have seen shit that will change you. Things you cannot come back from. I am the main disciplinarian in our family. I didn't run for that position. I just have it. Is there anyone else here who married someone fun? Yeah, those guys are great for pub crawls. And I am the main disciplinarian, and I'm very, very strict, but I don't believe in hitting, so I don't hit my kids. But sometimes when they hit each other, I root for different teams. Sometimes I just take a minute to get involved. I have to put down my box of wine. No, that is not untrue. But when I do, I say the right thing. I say, we use our words, not our hands. But what I'm thinking is, sweep the leg. Finish him. I got the chance to get off my little procreational compound recently. A friend of mine took me out for lunch, and I had food and coffee when it was hot. Woo! Yes, I felt like Beyonce. But then I realized that the last time that I was actually at that restaurant was when my youngest was nursing, and when the food had come to our table, she wanted to eat too. And for the record, if anyone here cares, I was very discreet. I had on my cover-up thing that I don't really think anybody knows the name of. I just call them my mammal wraps. And that way no one has to know I do mammal shit. Like breathe air and feed my young. But the people that were seated at the table next to us got very vocal about what was happening, and they were not happy. If they had been breastfed, they would be smarter. But that, for me, was a very quick lesson in the difference between your first kid and your third kid. Because I know in my heart of hearts, if some mouthy Karen had gotten in my face like that with my oldest, like my first parenting rodeo, it would have shamed me. And I would have been like, well, this is awkward. And these people are uncomfortable. But with your third kid, I wanted to jump up on the table, like that scene in Pulp Fiction, and be like, get on the ground, motherfuckers! Just machine gunning my tits at people. Now it's awkward. Now it's uncomfortable. Just people slipping in milk. The fantasy goes on. Because I have not slept in a very long time. I grew up on the East Coast, which is apparently why I say hurtful and outdated things. Like, no. And I have lived in Colorado for 8 years, but there are days where I need Google Translate to understand what is being said. Like the other night, I had a woman invite me to reflect on my intentions. Did you just call me a bitch? My husband, he's from the South, so I have Southern in-laws that say things that I know are in English, but I don't understand. Like we went there to visit them, because you have to do that if you marry one of them. Heads up. And I asked my father-in-law, I was like, do you know what the weather's gonna be like, so I have some idea of how to dress the kids? and with a totally straight face, he said, "It's hotter than two rats fucking in a wool sock." So 70s? Sounds humid. My husband and I, we've been married for over 20 years now. Thanks, guys. I'm about that excited about it too. I feel like he's gotten a little too comfortable in our relationship. Like the other night, I tried to slink into bed, being all sexy in my creft white strips. Hey there, Thaler. I'm feeling fathier than expected. And he said, "There's something I've been wanting us to try, but I'm afraid you won't be open to it." And my first response was just like, "Well, we had a good run." But then he said, "I want you to watch Battlestar Galactica with me." Why can't it just be anal? Because this is going to be so demeaning. The big scandal in my life these days is that there's a bunch of women in my mom's group who are currently shaming another woman for rehoming her rescue rat, which is a fun way to let you know I live in Boulder. So she better be exclusively breastfeeding that rescue rat. I volunteer a lot at my kids' school, and the last time I volunteered, I got matched up with this girl in my son's class, and she was awesome. She went out of her way, and she introduced me to all of her friends, which was beautiful for me, but was apparently not so cool for my son, because he waved me over in the middle of the day, like adolescent air traffic control, and he said, "I don't want you volunteering at my school anymore. People talk about you when you're not here. They say you're nice and you're funny, and I don't like it." And I said, "Thank you for sharing your feelings. That's important. But it took me till my 40s to be popular with 9th grade girls. Do not screw this up for me. I need this." My son, around the time that he was about 4, I started to get the impression from him that he was gay. And to clarify for you guys, I don't mean like a homosexual. I mean fabulous! Yes. So I talked to my husband, and I made sure we were all on the same page. And years go by, and the only reason I'm mentioning it now is that last week, my husband came up to me, and he said, "I need to talk to you. He has a crush on a girl in his class, so you need to be open to the idea that he could be straight." And my reaction just exploded out of my face, and I was just like, "Don't label him. This is a phase. I want a son-in-law that calls me fierce and pours me mimosas. Not some bitch that just steals Thanksgiving." I think there's hope. So we have teenagers now, and they have been kind enough to let my husband and I know that we are not cool. Which is confusing, right? Because it's like, oh, wait, I'm embarrassing? Okay. You're a virgin who can't drive. It was a lot easier when they were younger because we had all these fun songs to get them to do what they needed to do. Like everybody in this room knows the cleanup song, right? Everybody clean up, clean up, clean up. Look at us, we're cleaning, we're building memories, we're having fun. I need this now. I need something like, if you want a girlfriend and you know it, wash your balls. I have a friend who's expecting her first baby, and that's cute. And she was asking me for advice, and one of the things I said was, you know, there's some things as a parent that you just can't control. Like at some point, your kid is going to overhear a conversation that was exclusively meant to be between adults, and they're going to want to reference it at a very inconvenient time. And that moment for me was during the time period where my husband and I were trying to conceive my daughter, and I was in charge of drop off and pick up at school. And one day, as we roll up to the building, from the back seat comes, "Hey, Mom, I heard you and Dad are talking about having another kid. How's that going for you?" And I wasn't prepared, and I said, "Well, you know, if it happens, it happens. And if not, we're very happy with you and your brother." And I don't know why he said this, but his response was, "I don't think you're trying hard enough." And that's a very sensitive subject for a woman. And it took everything I had not to be like, I am trying very hard. I am having sex like a pirate whore. I have 2 apps on my phone that tell me when to fuck your dad. Back off. All right, guys, give it up for your host. Thanks for having us.
Zoe Rogers! Yes! Yes, you guys. We are coming to the end of our show. Oh no. But are you guys ready for your headliner? Yeah, let's hear it. Your headliner is amazing. She is a Denver favorite. She plays up and down the Front Range and beyond. Please give it up for Gabby Gutierrez Reed.
What's up, Boulder? Hell yeah. I am Mexican. Encore! Thank you, Boulder. Good night. I love being Mexican. But my mom and I, we were standing outside of our hotel room one day, and a man walked up to us, and he was like, "Hey, if you could clean room 125. Yeah, I was like, "You motherfucker." I was ready to fight him. I was ready to go off. But my mom was like, "Gabby, stay calm." And she looked at him and said, "Yeah, and we can take your car around back too." So we took his keys and stole his fucking car. Yeah, I sold that catalytic converter right away. I know what to do. Fuck that guy. But to be fair, we were wearing cleaning uniforms. We did work at that hotel. Fuck that guy. I love being Mexican, but I don't speak Spanish very well. I am disappointed in that, and I do want to get better at Spanish, so I know what my grandma's saying when she haunts me. She's just like, "Pinche puta!" I'm like, "She's proud of me. I love you too." I'm Mexican, I'm bisexual, genderqueer, triple threat. Okay. I've always been bi, but not a lot of my friends know that. I don't talk about it that much. So I actually did a soft launch. Just a soft launch by slowly wearing more overalls and sweater vests. Just to let them know the company's going in a different direction. It's going in both directions. The net worth has doubled. So, all right, some business-minded people in the crowd tonight. Hell yeah. All right, would anyone like to invest? So I say, fuck me. Would anyone like to invest in me? How would you like to insert payment? Okay. Fuck it, you can tap it. Hell yeah, what are we doing? It's 10:15 on a Saturday. Okay. I did actually try to high five a guy for that joke the other night, and his girlfriend just slowly intercepted. I was like, are we having a threesome? What's happening? I'll do it. I'll commit to the bit. Let's go. Yeah, I'm having fun. I'm getting out there. I actually went to the strip club for the first time. Yeah, not a big strip club crowd, Boulder. Okay, all right. Let's get after it after this. I love the strip club, though. I want to go every day. Loved it. It was weird, though, because the whole time I just felt like a teenage boy. Like, the stripper came up to me. She was like, do you want to motorboat me? I was like, yeah. Yeah. Like, whatever. If that's what you want. I've, like, totally done that before, but if you were to tell me how to do that, how would you do that? I think I love you. Oh my God, I just came. It's awesome. Love the strip club now. But I do know I can't watch porn anymore. It sucks. I know it's a big porn crowd tonight. Fuck. I'm fucking up. Can't watch porn because every time I do, something makes me immediately stop. Like the last time I was, right? There's these two girls hooking up, right? The whole theme of the video is one of them's a busy lady. She's taking calls at work the whole time. She's a multitasking gal. She's eating this girl out. She picks up a call and she's like, I'm busy right now. I'm eating my lunch. I was like, no! Too much. I laughed out loud, got up, left the break room, went back to my desk. It's too much. Hell yeah, people masturbating at work in this crowd. Y'all are awesome. And what do you do for work? You manage projects? Totally masturbating all day long. What the fuck? Yeah, I manage projects. Grab the lotion bottle, Dan. We're going to the bathroom. Manage this. All right. I work at a thrift store, totally masturbating at work all the time. But it's a pretty chill job, but sometimes it gets a little stressful because people come up to the register and just trauma dump on me. I don't know what it is about me. People are just like, this small child won't tell any of my deepest, darkest secrets. But I'm a retail associate. That's my job title. But I've really become an underpaid, underqualified therapist at this point. It's like, it's not fair though, because therapists are set up for success. They have a quiet room, nice furniture, a degree. People come up to me and they're like, I realized I'm never gonna see my wife again because she's dead. The music behind me is just like, my milkshake brings out a voice to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours, and they're like, I'm like, and how does that make you feel? He's like, I don't know how to feel. I'm like, I could teach you, but I have to charge. So stupid. I actually got hit on at my job the other day. I got asked out. It happened. Yeah. This girl came up to the register. She was like, oh, do you want to go out with me? I was like, yeah, okay. Yeah, sure. And she was like, oh, I didn't think you would say yeah. And she was just like, I actually asked you because I'm doing rejection therapy right now. I was like, what? How did your rejection therapy become my rejection therapy? That's so fucked up. What? Oh, cool. I'm glad I helped you be a better version of yourself, but I didn't come to work to face my inner demons today. That's so fucked up. That's like a guy going out to a bar, hitting on a girl, being like, oh yeah, I'd like to tap that ass. She's like, okay, let's go to the bathroom and fuck right now. He's like, whoa, 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 my wife's right over there. I have a family. I'm a youth pastor. You whore. I'm like, what? You asked me. What? What? Come and suck my dick in 5 minutes. God. What the fuck am I doing? I meant to say happy pride. Fuck yeah, happy pride. I was like, where am I? Okay, slow clap. Okay, let's go. Happy pride, right? Are we fucking celebrating? I know there's 3 people out there at least. I know. I am pride. You know, I told you I'm bisexual, genderqueer. I got a lot of dildos about it. Yeah, got a lot of dildos, got a lot of strap-ons. I'm having more fun now, but I like the first time I got a strap-on, like I didn't know what to do with it. Like I knew what to do with it. Like I just got it. I was in my room. I was just testing it out, swinging it around. I was like, helicopter, helicopter, helicopter. I was like, oh, careful, I might tip over. I'm a small person. I just ended up on my back like a turtle. I was like, somebody help me! Flip me back! Ah! I actually just ended up staring at myself in the mirror in that superhero position. I was like, yeah, oh, take that, Dan. That's my boss now. I was like, oh, yeah, take that. Yeah, I will ask for that raise, yeah. I did find out recently, I actually snore. And I found out because my partner told me. He was like, did you know that you snore is actually really scary because you stopped breathing? You're like clicking in the back of your throat. You're like, and then all of a sudden you're like, I was like, oh yeah, I do get possessed in my sleep. That does happen. I'm just kidding, I don't have a partner. I don't. I am single. What? Single what? With that physicality you've shown on stage tonight? What? What with those pivots? What? What? With that drop? Okay, what with that drop? What with that drop? Okay, I got 20 more minutes of this. What with that drop? What with that? Help, these pants are haunted. What with that drop? What with that drop? If you keep laughing, I'm gonna keep going. It hurts. What, that drop? Single what with those huge tits? What? Yeah, look at these things jiggling around. Yeah, I always have to wear a bra. Yeah, I get titty fucked all the time. Look at that neck whip. Single what? Okay. Thank you, one clap. Thank you. Jesus Christ. I'm fucking dying up here. I'm a weird person, I don't know if you can tell. And I did a lot of weird shit as a kid, but I feel like we all did, right? Yeah? Like when I was a kid, I used to puff on my inhaler a little too much, hold my breath, and have fun for 30 seconds. I realize I don't do whippets as an adult, but I think I did them as a child. I was just like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm gonna be a Kids Bop kid. Wah, 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 wah. My mom was like, Gabby, dinner's ready. I was like, what? Nothing. I'm reading Judy Bloom. In my room. What? Nothing. I'm high. What? Nothing. Gonna be a Kids Bop kid. Shut up. But I looked this up to see if my inhaler was getting me high, and WebMD said that no, technically you cannot get high from albuterol, but if you take too much, you can get a euphoric feeling from it. And I was like, that's getting high! What? I think it's fucked up. I just think the doctors of America don't want asthmatic children to be the cool kids in school. Selling puffs of albuterol out by the dumpster. It's just... I do have a lot of, exciting things going on in my life. I'm actually on my period. Yeah, thank you. On my period, but I've been calling it liquidating my assets. Thank you. I'll wait for the back. I'm actually not on my period. That was a lie. I'm not. I haven't had my period in about 9 months. It is concerning. Yeah, a lot of people have a baby after that. I don't. And my doctor has not helped me figure this out at all. But what has helped me figure it out is Reddit. Yeah, Reddit's so supportive, right? Like, Reddit's got your back. Everyone on there. You could ask Reddit anything. You could be like, has anyone else had their entire asshole magically disappeared? 50 people on Reddit are like, yep, happened after I started Lexapro. Yeah. Yeah. Some other person's like, there's actually a whole subreddit about that. It's called Houdini Hole. Don't mix it up with Glory Hole, totally different. See, I do want to talk about this. I read an article, and there is a woman out there, and she's teaching people how to strengthen their vaginas, and she's calling it vaginal kung fu. Yes, this is real. Look it up. Vaginal kung fu. That's badass, right? Like, I know I'm going to take one of those classes someday. I'm going to walk out of there strolling into a dark alley. Some guy's going to be like, put your hands up. Give me all your money. And I'm going to be like, okay. Kapow! He's over here like, I'm like, did you come? Because I did. Whew. You just got Houdini hold. Thank you, one clap. Okay. Isn't sort of single? Sometimes I date, and when I'm dating, I don't have a type. I like, everyone, no matter who they are, what they look like. But I know people that date me absolutely have a type. And that type is cartoon character. Okay, all of you see it. Hell yeah. Someone's like, I've always wanted to hook up with a cartoon character, and that is my chance. Yeah, you know what I'm into someone that looks like, Velma, Daria, and Arthur had a threesome and got all mixed up. That's what I'm into. I want to hook up with someone that looks like they make little cartoon noises. And I do, but it's not the ones they want. I'm like, whoa. They're like, did you like that? I'm like, yeah, why? Do you want to do one more silly thing before I get out of here? Thank you. I have had substance abuse issues in the past. I have had drinking problems. I actually haven't drank in like 6 years. It's crazy. Thank you. Yeah. Please have fun for me. Get a DUI tonight. It's being sober is so boring. I don't pee anywhere I'm not supposed to anymore. I just pee right into the toilet most of the time I'm sitting down. Like, I had a huge problem. I would pee in so many places I wasn't supposed to. Like, one night I was getting a ride home. I was in the back seat. My friend's in the front. This guy's taking us. He drops my friend off. We're heading towards mine. And I'm like, oh, I have to pee so bad. Hold it in, but it feels so good if I didn't. So I peed all in the back seat. Yeah, I was like, I'm a terrible person. This man's being so nice taking me home. And we get to my apartment. I'm just like heading towards the door, and he starts to follow me. I'm like, oh no, you don't have to. And he keeps coming at me. And I'm trying to get in the door, and he grabs my wrist. And I pull it. He pulls it harder, puts my finger in his mouth, and tries to take me out of the door. I pull it as hard as I can, slam the door, run up to my apartment, and the first thought that came to my mind was, I'm so fucking glad I peed in that guy's car. Yeah. Fuck that guy, right? Fuck that guy! Fuck that guy! Fuck that guy! Give it up for him. He's here tonight! Thank y'all so much. I'm Gabby Gutierrez-Reed. Give it up for the Boulder Comedy Festival.